she leads the two of you back to her house. It is 4 blocks away. And when you come in, it smells really weird. It smells like someone hasn't done their dishes in like a month. It's kind of gross. Her house is messy. There's paper everywhere. There's spilled things. There's rotting food. Or maybe those are spell components. You're not sure. There's beakers. There's like a chemistry laboratory in here. There's a bunch of books. There's a couple of animals sleeping in the corner, like a raccoon and 2 cats.
Like, really, Neil? Is it a war raccoon or is it a normal
There's no such thing as a war raccoon. That's ridiculous.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, oh my god, she is a slob. She is a huge slob. But she sits down at her desk and says, okay, this will take me the better part of the day. And I'm going to need some gold up front. She looks at Emma expectantly.
I look at Adea expectantly.
I look back at you expectantly.
I don't have any money.
Is Arcas carrying all of the money?
I'm not there! They didn't wake me up!
Nope.
Doesn't you two have money?
No, I really don't.
Didn't we split up all the money?
My character says I have 371 silver.
Okay, fine. How about this? I'll identify it, and when you come up with the 150 gold, you can come back and get it.
No. Like I said, I don't think we really need to know that badly what it is.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm sure another wizard is going to be up for the challenge anyway. I mean, it's for the greater goods. And by the greater good, I mean the greater gods.
She tosses you the key unceremoniously and gestures towards the exit.
I whisper,
May the gods have mercy on your soul. All hail the gods. And I walk out.
All hail!
Okay. Unless there's anything else to do, you guys want to do in this town, you continue on to Sky Shard.
Okay, but on the way there, I say we do need to get all of these items identified. You do know that, right?
We don't have 150 gold to spend on finding out what the key does.
But we need to find what all of the items do. There leads to the bigger picture.
That big chest of gold that you guys have, it definitely has a surplus of 150.
Well, let's split it up sometime, but I might have spells in these spell books that can identify it. And in that case, it would be a waste.
It's still expensive ingredients to do it. I think it's
100 GP pearl is one of the ingredients that gets used to cast a spell. So it is an expensive process. Anyway, do you gather Arcas together with you all and head on to Sky Shard? You make it there a few hours later. It's not that long of a journey.
Can you identify multiple items with
yes.
one identify spell?
You may.
Oh, that's good then. Good thing we didn't spend it on one item.
Yeah. You arrive in Sky Shard a little bit before noon and ask around about this apparent sage. And the first person you mention the sage to goes, oh, you're talking about Noot.
Noot?
Yes.
Yes.
Who is Noot?
He's the sage in town, or the sage in these parts. He's a very, very old man. Some say older than men should live.
Can you tell us where to find him?
They point to a tower, kind of, not in the center of town, not in the edge of town, but like in that middle zone. Off to one side of the town. It's made out of wood, which is unusual because most towers are made out of stone, and it is 3 stories tall, being the tallest non-church building in the town.
Sweet. Thank you for your kindness, sir. I give them a couple copper.
Sure. A couple coppers, like a couple bucks. Yeah. So, you make your way towards the Tower of Noot, as people in this town seem to call it. And you approach the base. There is no wall around it, although there is a soft flower garden kind of encircling the tower for about 6 feet out in all directions. And there are 2 halflings tending to the garden. They're both male, and they're both fairly stout and, heavy at the base.
I curtsy at them as we walk by, deeply.
They nod, and one of them stands up, straightens his back, and says, Are you here to see Master Noot?
Indeed, we are.
Do you have an appointment?
Unfortunately, no, but we do hope that he would be willing to see us anyway.
Well, you can do your best. Just walk on in and head up the stairs.
Thank you, kind sir.
Okay.
This is a beautiful garden.
Thank you.
It is said that the flowers of those who tend with piety bloom as though the gods had kissed them themselves, for they are kissed themselves by the gods.
My mother used to say that, actually.
She was a wise woman.
She was. She was. And you guys head
I'm
in.
not shocked that someone actually know any of her weird proverbs.
Adea looks a little shocked at first, but then plays it off like, of course, of course.
I'm not shocked. I'm like, I know. Everything that my sister says is true.
Yeah.
Except about the STDs.
So we go up the stairs, yeah?
Yeah, you walk in, and the downstairs is like a big parlor waiting room area. The entire bottom floor, it's a huge parlor actually. It looks very pleasant and very comfortable. And you go up these stairs that are very creaky and old, and you actually notice there's a lot of cobwebs in the corners, and everything other than the base floor doesn't seem to be very well kept. The stairwell is magically lit, providing with excellent vision. And you get, about to where the next story would be, and there's just a door across the stairway.
And knock upon it.
You hear this old voice coming from the inside going, "Who is it?"
It's Martin. I'm just kidding.
Sir Noot, we come in search of your great wisdom. Your humble visitors, daughters and son of Reluna, Emma, Adea, and Arcas.
Anything for the offspring of the gods. Come in.
Thank you, kind sir. We come in search of your assistance.
Well, you open the door and step in. Let me describe it
Okay.
before you start talking. There is a man who's 100 if he's a day. He basically looks like a big wrinkle with wispy gray hairs off the top of his head. His nose is very long and crooked and slightly bent. His eyelids sag down, so he looks like he's almost asleep or something. And what you can see of his eyes are kind of like pale over, almost like he's got cataracts. He sits with a large tome in his hands in a very soft, comfortable red chair that's got dust all over it. Before him is a table stacked about yay high with books. I mean, not just like, a trade paperback, but I'm talking old books, which had these huge bindings and thick parchment paper. These like heavy books. Each one weighs like 8 pounds. And the table's just stacked with them. They've got beautiful illustrations because they're all open. And there is a glass of wine before him. He waves you over with an old bent finger to where there's a bench in front of him that looks like it seats 2 people. The room has a dusty, pungent smell, but the windows are open and there's a soft breeze that comes through it. You notice there is some incense burning, and a stairwell leads up to the 3rd floor as well.
I hurry up to go sit down, and I'm like, "Come sit, Adea."
Please continue.
Certainly, with your leave, sir. We come in search of your great wisdom. We've been told that you may be able to help us on our quest of making the world a better place for those less fortunate and protecting the innocent from rising evil forces.
What do you need of me?
I'm sure you may have heard of Zathrin, the necromancer, and Ironsides, the general, both of whom wreaked havoc on the poor people in this region. And we have defeated them, but we believe there may be some connection between them and a greater evil. We found a letter on the body of the necromancer, and we know that it is some old language, but we can't decipher it. We wondered if you might be able to tell us what it is or what it says.
Mayor Bromfus from Kempen actually told us about you. He recommended you greatly.
Mm-hmm.
He mumbles. Bring me the letter, he says.
I bring him the letter.
You lay it before him, and he looks over the words and says, I have not seen this language in a very long time.
Yeah, I figured it's from the Age of Mist.
Yes, that would be an astute observation.
I look at my brothers and well, not my brother and sister. At them with a proud look, like. I was
I'm
right.
unimpressed.
I will need some time to translate. My memory is not what it used to be. One of these books around here will help me.
Is there anything we can get for you in the meantime to help you in the process?
I have seen your actions, Adea, daughter of Reluna. She says,
Whoa.
nodding to you, and then looking at Arcas. Arcas, son of Reluna, and then looking towards what's your name? Emma.
Emma,
Emma, daughter of
Kalumbra.
Falumbra. Thank you.
I'm
I
like, you've heard.
I've
Have you-
seen.
How did you see?
I am a very old man, and I know many things that I should not know.
Then,
Detectivo?
then you must have known about the necromancer.
Zathrid, you said. I have heard of him. I hear and see many things.
Do you know who Ramalad is? Ta, 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 ta,
Dun.
ta.
That old duddling fool
Yes, that fool.
is not worth your time.
Who is
Well,
he?
apparently it was worth the necromancer's time. Ta, ta, ta.
Dun-dun-dun.
You can find Ramalad in Fenthic.
And thick. What do you know of him, or how he might have been connected with the necromancer?
I do not know these minor details. I can tell you what this reads, but in exchange, you must give me something.
What do you wish?
To the north, and a little to the west, there was a great meteor that hit the ground, and out from it arose a family of titans. You remember, don't you?
We have seen these titans, indeed.
In the wellspring where the meteor struck lies a shard of stone. Bring it to me.
Can you describe said shard so we know we pick up the right one?
It will stand out from those around it. You will not have question as to which stone I am looking for.
You must forgive me for my impertinence, but seeing as you must know our mission here on Earth for the gods is to create only positivity and well-being, for what do you wish to use the shard?
My business is my own, and I do not answer to upcoming sprites like you.
Which color is his robes?
He kind of just gray. He's not a wizard, you don't think.
Are you a wizard?
I am not a wizard.
Are you a cleric?
I am not a cleric.
Then how will you know all these things? If it's not for magic.
I choose not to tell you how I know what I know.
Can you merely assure us that you wish to do no evil or bear harm to innocents with this shard?
Do you have cause to think I would do so?
I feel like you would have no reason not to be straightforward with us if you weren't.
I am an old man. I have seen many things. I only wish for peace around myself and to understand how the world functions more. What you bring me is a luck stone.
Do we know? Would I know what a luckstone is?
As a wizard, yeah, a luck stone is a pretty powerful magical item, actually. It amplifies magical force. So if you mix in a luck stone with your identify spell, for example, you can learn every single possible detail of a magical item rather than well, it kind of does this. You can be like, oh, it has this many charges. This is the exact phrase. This is exactly where it came from. Blah blah blah. Like it just enhances the power of things. Although often in the process it is consumed.
Okay.
So they are rare, and they only get more rare because they are used up every time they're needed.
Okay. I explain that to my counterparts if they don't know that.
And then
Yeah.
I'm like, then why would you want to amplify magic if you don't have any magical abilities?
You waste my time. He hands you back the paper. You come to me asking for help, and then ask me to qualify it?
Forgive
No.
my sister, but you did say anything in service of the gods, and I assumed you to be a pious man.
I said I would speak with the children of the gods. You
Well,
insult me.
Yeah, I mean,
You are impertinent. You
we're
are young
children
and
of the
brash,
gods.
and you do not know your place in this world.
Please excuse my sister. She knows not.
You have committed these crimes as well. The lot of you need to learn some humility. And I think your mothers would agree.
we're trying to good.
The was out of character, if that's what he's mad about. I'm trying to be polite to him.
Yeah, your tone is polite, but you are questioning him and asking for like evidence of that
Mhm.
he's not going to hurt people and trying to get shit for free, kind
Alright.
of.
Well, it is said that those who cannot be certain that their actions will result in good must then find that certainty for the good, for the risk of evil is evil in its own. And therefore, although I do give you the utmost respect and faith in your abilities, good sir, as sons and daughters of the gods, we hold a responsibility to be absolutely certain of our actions, because our power, with said power, comes what may be called great responsibility. And with that, lest we offend you more, we take our leave.
You will never be truly certain of anything in life, and you must embrace the chaos in order to accomplish anything. If you spend too much
chaotic
time
neutral.
picking between right and wrong, the whole world will pass you by.
I find it disappointing that people get offended in me wanting to detect evil on them. However, the last two people we met were actually undead people undercover that seemed like alive people. And if I did detect undead with them, we would have avoided almost dying.
I look intrigued by what he said, like the truism that he kind of spouted back at me at my truism. And I say, tell me more of this chaos.
Life is chaotic. Life is messy. Gods fight for good and evil and anything in between.
Then how may we determine what is right and what is wrong?
Follow your
While being
hearts.
polite.
Can I do a follow my heart check?
You are whatever. I mean, what do you think? Do you think he's an evil guy about to screw you over?
I look deep into his eyes.
They look old and tired. Like they look weary. Weary is a much better way than saying tired. They look like they've seen a lot of things, a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, and they've just.
I see the weariness and I nod and I say, we will bring you your luck stone, if you will yet translate the letter for us.
I will have the letter translated by the time you come back.
Our greatest thanks.
So I
He
take
gives
a
the
picture
slightest
with
of
my iPhone.
nods.
Take a picture of the letter with my iPhone before we leave.
Does
Sorry.
anyone of us have a photographic memory?
Since I have
No.
intelligence 19, I definitely have some sort of amazing memory.
You have a good memory,
we,
but
like-
these are not runes or writings that you've ever seen before.
So, like, let's say I would take a moment to sit down and just copy
Copy
paste
it?
it
Yeah.
manually. Is that possible? Because I feel like in real life, if I just really want to copy any language, if I just take my time to
Yeah,
copy it,
it wouldn't be. Yeah, you could slowly, if you took your time, copy it. I mean, it'd be a little awkward to be like, here's this letter. Actually, can I borrow some pen and paper and like an hour to copy down this letter perfectly? Sorry for only asking you this once I've showed up at your house. Whoops.
yeah, I didn't think about it, but I mean, it would be probably a lot more safe to have a
I mean, if
backup.
you want to ask this, I'm not going to stop you. It's just like really socially awkward to do that.
Yeah, well, I've been
And kind
really
of
socially
kind of rude.
awkward so far.
Yeah. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, hey, can you give me somebody's number?" and you start reading it out to them, they're like, "Oh, wait, whoops, I'm not ready. Hold on." And they're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? If you're gonna ask for someone's number, be ready to take it, you jackass." You know what I mean?
I'm already like backing away. Like I not bowed deeply and like was retreating from the room
Okay.
because I don't want to offend him any further.
Yeah. So Emma, it's up to you. Do you try and get the letter back and copy it?
Does detect evil work through walls, like through a
Uh,
wooden door?
I don't know. What does it say in the spell?
Hmm. I think it's like the others, like stone probably blocks it, but not wood.
It doesn't say anything is blocked or not blocked, so I'm going to assume it is whatever you can see with your eyes. So you can't see
Really?
auras through, unless it says you can. It is only blocked by this. I'm going to assume it's just
I
eyesight
thought it was a
range.
beam.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's analyze balance. I'm looking at the wrong spell. What the hell am I doing? Here we go. Yeah, same thing. If it doesn't say that it is not blocked by walls, then it is blocked by walls. It's like also trying to detect someone's alignment is super socially rude. Like that's
Yeah, that's what I just told him.
Yeah.
I told him to his face that I hate the freaking social thing where people are like, "Oh no, you're trying to detect if I'm an evil person." I mean, if you're an evil person, if you're not evil, why would you be like, "Oh no, you're detecting if I'm
because
evil"?
if to detect evil on someone, to be like, I don't know anything. Like you could be totally evil. It's the they're working on the assumption that you might be a jackass. Like think about it this way: if people could be detecting evil every day, and someone's like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you," and you're like having a conversation, like 10 minutes into a fairly pleasant conversation, like, "Hold on, let me detect evil on you," and you're like, "Bitch, we were just talking. What makes you think I might be evil? Like most people are
I would,
good." Not
I
to
would
mention, detect
pre-detect
evil on a
evil every.
person, they'd have to be a really powerful evil person for even to work on them. So it's like, let me make sure you're not a super secret 20th level evil wizard in disguise. And you're just like, oh my god. Like,
Well,
it's
he knows all the things. He's super suspicious to me.
okay. Yeah, you don't have to be polite. There's nothing in the game that says you have to be polite or socially normal or
By
whatever.
the way, if I look at his house, did I see anything that looked like spell components and stuff? Because you said it was messy, but now I'm looking for spell components and spell
No.
books and.
You see lots of books, lots and lots of books, but you don't see anything that looks like a spell component.
As soon as we leave the room, I'm asking everyone if they really feel right about this because I'm scared we're about to do a bad thing. Can we pray to can we pray to Luna that it's okay? I don't know.
It's up to you, Jen, but make a decision.
Make
No,
a decision.
my character's asking you in game how you feel about this character.
Oh, about him?
Yeah.
I feel like he's fine. I've looked into his soul and I believe what he says about following one's heart, and my heart says we can trust him.
But why does
Me
he
too.
want?
He knows everything. He's way better than us,
Yeah, but he's not.
obviously.
He's claiming not to be a cleric nor a wizard. I don't even understand how he would freaking
I
get all
think
this.
if he wanted us armed, he would have done it already, or he will be he will be able to do it anyway. He seems very strong.
I think the gods could not blame us for trusting this man.
I think they could. I don't like this one bit. I think we should ask more about him.
We can do
But you
that.
leave the room, like you've all left the room and head
Yeah.
downstairs. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are leaving his headquarters, and if you would like to follow up with questions and asking around about him, we can do that, but let's do it next week. Let's draw
Okay.
the curtain on this week's episode of Demigods.
Where we hand over the only piece of info we got to the most powerful evil wizard out there.
You said he wasn't a wizard.
Yeah, but he's probably a wizard anyway.
Hmm. All right, I start. Follow all the things. Miss Harvey, Stephanie, Steph Harvey, everywhere. I don't have anything to promote. Follow Misscliks.
You stream, right?
I stream every day. now because Beauty United is on break, so I stream almost every day that I can.
I'll go. You can follow me at almost everywhere at Anna Prosser. YouTube is Anna Prosser TV. I stream every day either on this channel or on my own Twitch channel, which is Anna Prosser. Mostly I stream Blizzard's new Heroes of the Storm game recently, but I also stream lots of other things. Wanted to give some big announcements for not only our other Heroes show, Eye on the Storm, but this show as well. Eye on the Storm will be having a fantastic Thanksgiving special that will be streamed on Thursday. It will involve Team 2ARC and Team Symbiote, two of the most highly respected pro teams in the Heroes of the Storm scene. And they will be doing what we've been calling Trolls Giving. So we'll fill you in more on those details as we come closer to that. But that will be 7:15 p.m. Pacific time, the normal time for Eye on the Storm. If you have any exclamations you'd like to make about that on Twitter, to use the hashtag StormShow. And then the exciting news for this show is that our next guest is ready to be announced, and it's somebody who's kind of a big deal. Patrick Rothfuss, who is a well-known sci-fi fantasy author, is going to be joining us. He also plays D&D, and the reason he's going to be on the show is because I mentioned to him that we play 2E, and he was really, really excited to be part of a 2E game. It's his favorite system, apparently. So he's going to be with us for the next 2 weeks. And I've heard that his books are actually loosely based on some of the stories that he came up with while playing D&D. So he's definitely going to be a creative guy. So be sure to tune in and show lots of support for him. Let him know that you're excited that he's coming on if you're a fan of his. And we will see him next week at the same time on Tuesday.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll take next. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to be out of town starting tomorrow, and I won't be back until like Sunday because of Thanksgiving stuff. And then I leave to go get married after that. I'll still be able to do Demigods next week because I'll have to do it from a different location. I'll have a crappier computer, but I can do it. The week after that, though, we'll have to work out scheduling because I can't do the week after the wedding directly. We'll work that out off stream.
Okay.
But that's it. I don't have anything coming up, but you can follow me at Koibu0 or just Koibu all over the place. YouTube.com/Koibu0, Twitch.tv/Koibu, Reddit.com/r/Koibu, Twitter.com/Koibu0. Yeah, that's it. All over the place. And check out Koibu's Corner on YouTube. It's a pretty good intro into how to like get more out of your role playing sessions. And there's some really good stuff about how to like get your DM on your side and how to put ideas in your DM's head and work better with people and get things out of character death and all sorts of fun stuff. So take a look at that. That's it for me.
Jen?
That's me. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you like this session. Feel free to go post on our subreddit, reddit.com/Misscliks. Follow us at Misscliks. And if you want to follow my stuff, follow me at Livinpink SC2, Facebook.com/Livinpink, and check out at Rainbow Six Game.
Cool. All right, everyone. We will see you guys next week at the same Misscliks time at the same Misscliks place. Take care, everyone.